This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
It's parenting day. Yay, parenting.
Hey, isn't every day parenting day if you have kids?
Yes. And it's a challenge. I will tell you right now, we're all doing our best. We're trying our best. There's no manual on how to do it. But right now, the thing that everyone's talking about or trying to adopt is gentle parenting. Have you heard of this?
What now?
Yeah.
Gentle parenting?
Gentle parenting.
This is different than helicopter parenting.
Yes. And the opposite, I promise you, of how we grew up. Because our parents were anything but gentle.
Gentle. So what is gentle parenting?
Okay, so it's where you try to better understand your child's feelings and their motivations behind their actions.
Okay.
You know, because there's some challenging behavior, especially my kids are 2. So you know that there's a lot of tantrums, a lot going on.
So are you trying this stuff?
I try,
Okay.
but it doesn't work.
So-
And that's my problem with it is like, you're not trying to correct the behavior. You're not trying to make it about you. You're not doing timeouts. Like that's
And
not a
like,
thing.
Not like raising your voice or yelling?
You don't raise your voice. You don't ignore them. You don't reward them. So like, you know, before you could be like, if you finish your meal, I'll give you a treat. Can't do that anymore.
They're not dogs.
Well, like it's something to
you're-
look forward to.
But you're bribing them with like, oh, I'll let you have like a fruit roll up if you.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And
all right.
they're saying long term that doesn't actually correct what's going on. So you really have to focus on their emotions. It's about understanding. It's a compassionate thing.
But like, doesn't that work? Because isn't life just one big bribe? Like, I mean, work hard to get a better job and you'll get more money. You know, do this so you can get that. That's the whole life. Life is a transaction.
Well, then that makes you money motivated.
Sure,
right?
but like dangle whatever carrot you want. Work out hard so you can be attractive to the opposite sex. You know what I mean? Like it's all like this for that. That's life.
But like some of the examples, so for instance, you won't say, I'm proud of you. You won't say that anymore because that makes it about you, that I'm proud of you. So instead you'll say, you should be so proud of yourself.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. You should be so proud of yourself. The only time I've ever heard that from my parents was in sarcasm.
Yeah.
Like when I've done something horrible, they'll come in hands on the hip. They're like, you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, you should be so proud of yourself,
Yeah.
Gurdeep. Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
That's
Or
okay.
like, let's say they're on the playground and you're like, be careful. No, you don't say be careful with gentle parenting. You say, what's your plan?
So you're telling me if I'm like dangling from the monkey bars and I'm too high, it's not a be careful or I'll come help you. It's a sup, what's your plan? I don't know. Get down the way I came up. I don't know. That's
Not falling and cracking my head open. That's my plan. I don't know. Like, this is where it becomes problematic is that if you had all the time in the world, sure. But I want you to picture yourself in a situation where you've got to leave. It's the playground and you've got to leave. You're trying to tell them to leave. The gentle parenting way is to say, I know you're having fun, but it's time to go versus let's go.
It also sounds like you're gentle parenting in your confidential voice. I know you're having fun, but it's time to go.
It's true. You do have to do it in that way. I don't know. It doesn't like if you're grocery shopping and your child is having a temper
Freaking out.
tantrum
Meltdown.
right in the aisle and you got to go. Like you got places to be. You got to check out. There's a whole thing. How am I supposed to employ the gentle parenting?
What does gentle parenting say about? That's a great scenario. Let's say airplane or grocery store, your kid's freaking out. What does gentle parenting say you're supposed to do with that?
If you keep doing this, then you're going to need to take a break. But who has time for a break?
Take a break.
Yes.
At the grocery store, it's already a break.
Listen, there's a lot to it. I'm still trying to understand it, and I will just say it doesn't work. But I will also say the other way doesn't work. I've tried timeouts. I've tried rewarding. That also doesn't work. Nothing works.
Listen, I'm not the person to be jury, judge, and executioner on this because I am a parent of a dog only. It feels soft to me. It feels a little soft and ineffective. But who am I to judge? Why don't you tell us?
5 calls. Decide it all.
How do you feel about gentle parenting?
Yeah,
For
are you-
it? Against it?
Gentle or like me, you just learned about it today.
Yeah.
Gentle parenting, where are you with it? For it or against it? Call us right now. 5 calls, decide it all.
From CHFI Studios.
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
How do you feel about gentle parenting? For it or against it? If you're just learning what gentle parenting is, like Gurdeep just learned, it's a way to better understand the feelings and motivation behind your child's challenging behavior.
Look, I just learned about this 5 minutes ago, and I'm also not a parent, but I would be willing to put lots of money down in Vegas if you could bet on this to say our audience not going to be on board with this for the most part.
Yeah, because we're all like, oh, we grew up and we turned out just fine. There is a lot of that, but let's see what you have to say.
Jim in Scarborough, gentle parenting, yay or nay?
Against it. Doesn't work.
Tell me about it. Have you witnessed this yourself, Jim?
Haven't witnessed gentle parenting. Witnessed helicopter parenting with one of my sons, who then, his ex-wife, but he got away from it real quick because it doesn't work.
Okay.
Yep.
That's 1 for against. Jim, thanks for the call. Your vote's been counted.
You're welcome. Bye.
Sandra from Curtis. So what do you think with gentle parenting? For it or against it?
Totally against it.
How come?
Well, the kids will be in therapy later on because they're thinking, my parents didn't care.
Right. And you're not going to sign up.
They didn't care. They weren't proud of me.
And that's therapy is not going to be gentle. It's going to be aggressive therapy.
No.
Sandra, your vote's been counted. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Allison from Bolton. So when it comes to gentle parenting, are you for it or against it?
For the most part, I'm for it. It does work when you do it consistently, and the child feels validated and that they have autonomy. But there's times when they're kids, so they just won't listen, and you have to break out more of the firmness.
Okay. So gentle parenting is a first line of defense, but you got to have some other tools in the bag when that fails.
Absolutely. It's like anything, right? You do what works in that situation.
And you have actually seen it work in your own kids?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Allison, your vote's been counted. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
John from Whitby, thanks for calling. So where are you on gentle parenting, for or against it?
Oh, I'm way against that. I grew up in an Italian household, and my dad just had to give me a look when I misbehaved and kind of kept me straight. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you turned out just fine, huh, John? Like, we learned from that.
Yes. And you know what? I have 2 kids now, 2 daughters, and it's a little different with daughters, but they still understand when I get upset, especially my wife. The only person I'm afraid of in my life is my wife. But she gives them a look, and they understand. They understand right away. And you know what? There's got to be discipline in the house, and obviously it can't go overboard, but there's got to be discipline, and that's how the kids understand, how they learn. And I grew up in Scarborough. I could have went the wrong way, but I went the right way because I was not gentle parent. So parented.
And now gentle parenting would argue that you're still disciplining, you're just not punishing. But anyway.
John, your vote's been counted. Thanks for the call.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Nick from Oshawa. So what do you think about gentle parenting, for it or against it?
Well, I'll have to tell you the truth. I've taken a few minutes here while being on hold to lower the blood pressure on this one, but I am 100% thinking that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I am not going to lie to you.
No, I just feel like maybe I'm not, obviously this is in a nutshell. There's so much more to it. But the point is to just better understand your child's feelings. Make it more about the motivations behind why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, like when you said I'm not supposed to say I'm proud of you, how does that make any sense at all? I'm not making it about me. I'm telling them that they've made me so super proud that they are such an amazing kid. I have 3 teenage kids, and so I have gone through, I'm a 70s baby, and I'm telling you, I just kept things simple with my kids, my wife and I, over our time of being parents when they were younger. It used to floor me when family or friends would say, oh, I know you're having your get-together at 1 o'clock on Sunday, but that's nap time. I won't be able to get there until 3 or 4. Oh, I'm sorry, they can't fall asleep in the car? We never force them. Like, if they fell asleep, they fell asleep. It's time to go. There's a party. We're going. I don't know. I'm a little maybe old school, but the gentle parenting, holy... I almost lost my mind in the car.
Nick, that is an awesome call. Call us more often. You sound great. Your vote has been counted.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
I think Nick summed it up perfect. We could have done one call decides it all and just talk to Nick and Oshawa. 4-1 was the final score, saying no to gentle parenting.
Against it. Here's my advice, and I have, just limited experience with my kids only being 2 years old. Do what works for you. How about that?
There we go. You do you, boo.
You do you, boo.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
So we just told you about gentle parenting, which is really just a way parents better understand their child's feelings and motivations. It's more of a focus on that than correcting the behavior or punishing the behavior or making it about yourself. But now it's not just gentle parenting.
Oh, no. I was still digesting that. You're bringing us something else?
I know. It is a lot to digest. there's gentle partnering now.
Gentle partnering? Does
Gentle
mean it might
partnering.
apply to me?
Yeah. So if you are in a relationship, and a lot of parents who, agree with gentle parenting say it's worked so well with their children, they want to now apply it to their relationships.
Oh, weird. I would have figured it started with the relationship and then...
No. They're like, okay, instead, why don't we do this? Why don't we focus on non-aggressive communication? Let's have understanding with our partner, especially if you lead with empathy. And, when someone's angry, if something gets heated and you lead with empathy, maybe you'll have better resolution with your partner.
It feels like it should start with the partners. And if you're not capable of it with two fully functioning adults, you probably shouldn't do it with your kid. But,
I'm skeptical as to whether it would work. But, I don't know. You have to use it in practical examples. So how would I say to my partner, you know what? Please remember to put the toilet seat down.
The toilet seat returning to its down and locked position is like the circle of life, but for the bathroom.
You think that would work?
I don't know. I'm just gentle partnering over here, and I think it has to be read in Pooja's confidential voice.
That's true. It actually does. It does actually. I mean, I think that could work.
Maybe I can gentle partner.
Something as simple as put your dish in the dishwasher.
Hey, the sink called. It's tired of your dishes being on vacation. Why don't we go ahead and give them a nice little one-way ticket to the dishwasher?
Now you're mocking me, though, right? I mean, I don't know if that mocking is part of gentle partnering, but okay.
Soup's pass aggress, right?
Totally. You never buy me flowers.
Hey, I saw on TikTok that flowers improve air quality. Why don't we go ahead and test that theory?
You're remarkably good at this.
I'm a very gentle partner.
And single. For a reason.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
Okay, you took a page out of my book and you were awkward. Something happened.
Is this what it's like to be you? I don't like it.
What happened?
I broke a social contract, an unwritten contract that I think we all subscribe to, and I have no idea why I've done it because I've had this interaction 1,000 times, if not 1,000,000, and for some reason I deviated and it didn't go well.
Uh-oh.
So there is a long bridge we almost walk down here to get, to and from the parking lot to this beautiful studio.
Mm-hmm.
You know that thousands of people work in this building. We don't know most of them, right? When we cross people in that bridge, I say good morning to everybody. I look them in the eye, I will say good morning. They say good morning, and you move on.
Yeah.
This morning, crossing someone on the bridge, I said good morning. He looked up from his phone and said good morning. Don't know who he was. For some reason, and I cannot tell you why, as we passed each other, we're both walking briskly. I was past him. Something in my brain made me look back and go, what's good, man?
What? Good morning? What's good,
man?
man?
Good morning. Good morning. Pause. What's good, man? The guy broke stride. He stopped and he turned around and goes, yeah, I mean, it's a good day. Like, you got a couple meetings. Might head out for lunch. How about you?
No.
I regretted it as soon as it came out of my mouth. I don't even know the guy. And then I was like, yeah, morning show. Pooja and Gurdeep show, see at your phone. And the guy was just like, why did you follow up? Why did you, the guy looked like he wanted to just daggers through me.
Why couldn't you just say, how are you?
Even that's too much. The good morning is, you do not ask a question. That's the social contract. It's a greeting. It's a good morning.
Yes.
It's a have a good day. It's a statement. You cannot ask a question. What's good, man?
What's good, man? I wouldn't even know what to say. I wouldn't even know what to do with that. I'd be like, what's good, woman?
I don't know if it was he looked kind of cool. He had a backwards hat, and maybe I thought oh, this guy's cool. I got to make conversation. What's good, man? No.
This is probably equivalent to what I did in the elevator when I had awkward small talk with the security guard, and I said, "Oh, I like your suit. You're not wearing a tie. Nice choice."
No, yours was worse.
Yeah. No, this is bad, okay?
It's bad, right? What was I thinking? It was a brain fart.
Okay, so this was, I think you took it too far.
I took it too far.
You could have just ended it at good morning. You took it too far. Trust me when I say this, I can relate.
Yes,
My list is long of doing this.
I knew I was coming to a safe space, and I'm bringing this to you, of all people.
I think you're just overzealous and you're kind and you want to be nice to people, but you're... maybe the words in the brain to the mouth, they don't always connect.
But people have done this though, right? They've taken it too far?
Yes.
Not alone.
Yes.
Okay, what is your I took it too far story? You've heard mine. I hope this guy's listening. And if you are, listen, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm the guy. This is the show I was talking about.
Hey, Gurdeep, what's good, man?
From CHFI Studios.
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So I was walking down the hallway here at work, the bridge, past a guy I don't know, and instead of just saying, good morning, I followed up with, what's good, man? And the guy broke stride, looked back. We had a very awkward exchange. I don't even know who he is, and I could not get out of there fast enough. This is my mea culpa. I'm sorry, man, if you're listening. I don't know what I was thinking. I followed up and I shouldn't have.
You took it too far.
Yeah, we've all committed these social faux pas. We've all taken it too far, right?
Yeah, I sometimes more than most, but I'm glad that you know what it's like to be me.
I feel like you do it daily.
I do, yeah, many times in the day.
I'm already feeling better.
Well, we want to hear from you. What's your I took it too far story? Let's go to Denise in Innisfil.
I horribly signed a business letter with X's and O's.
No.
And sent it.
No.
And died. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was sending an email to a friend. I don't remember.
Oh,
but
no.
It was a business letter, and I signed it with hugs and kisses.
You're sealing the deal. Listen, it's very European of you, Denise. You're sealing a deal with hugs and kisses on both cheeks.
Sure. Okay. But I wanted to die. I was so embarrassed. And I immediately wrote the person back and I explained to him that I lost my mind and I was very sorry.
Oh, wow.
I retracted those hugs and kisses.
So what was the response?
I'm embarrassed even to admit this. I'm blushing in the car.
What was the response?
Fully understood, no problem.
Oh, good.
He was very gracious.
Yes.
Okay.
And very forgiving.
Nice.
So.
I'm glad they didn't respond with any emojis.
Or
all right.
HR.
Yeah. Denise, thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Already starting to feel better?
Already starting to feel a little. Although I will say, as embarrassing as that was, Denise, I think mine's still worse because in person's always worse than over an email,
That's
right?
true.
Like the flush in your face is worse when the person's staring at
And
you.
they can see it. I took it too far. We want to know what that is for you. Heather in Toronto.
I did it with a voicemail with a director of my company.
Uh-oh.
And he was going to Scotland, and my boss said, you're an expert in Scotland. Why don't you give him some tips? So I left a message going, hey, it's Heather. You need some advice on Scotland. Let me know. I can help you on what to see and all that. And if you need a personal escort, let me know. When I meant to say tour guide.
Oh, no.
And it was like, I just kind of like, on the voicemail going, okay. Give me a call. I'll talk to you later. It was like, oh, you racist.
Oh, my.
Director of the company who was like Richard Gere, good looking. It's like,
oh, no.
I'm picturing the scene out of the movie Swingers where you're John Favreau and then you leave like 19 subsequent voicemails trying to undo the previous one. Oh, my gosh, Heather.
I did not. Thank God. I was so embarrassed.
Oh, wow.
I think that's the worst one yet.
that one definitely makes you feel better?
That one makes you feel way better. Thank you, Heather.
Yeah, at least you're not offering your services.
Heather, thanks for sharing. Bye.
Amazing. Have a good day.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
So if you were one of those people who decided that you wanted to be healthier, you heard that sitting is the new cancer, and you wanted to go and get yourself a standing desk, I applaud you for making an effort to make changes in your life. However, we are now hearing that there is a study that says standing desks are not better for you than what you were doing before when you were sitting at your desk. And it's like, how? How is that possible?
So lie down desks?
Yes.
Is that next?
That's next.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to get lazier with our improvements. No, I guess the whole point was when they looked at the study, they found that it didn't actually reduce the risk of problems like heart disease or stroke. And if anything, it actually boosts some problems when it came to like circulatory issues. So deep vein thrombosis was one of them. Varicose veins was another.
I believe it. I'm standing all the time and I'm like, why do I see like spider veins now and stuff? What is happening?
Yeah, the things that you maybe perhaps didn't think of because you're like, well, I'm standing, I'm burning more calories. This has got to be good. No, in the end, it's not necessarily better. I guess the problem with sitting desks or standing desks, one or the other, is that you're not really moving.
Right.
And we need movement. So the recommendation is that you want to be moving 5 minutes every hour. So whether you're sitting or standing,
just move.
That's the fix. Just like
march on the spot.
Exactly.
If you're standing.
And people are talking about how, you know, with meetings, they'll like turn their camera off and they'll just get some dumbbells and like get something going. Whether you're standing or sitting, that means you don't have to get rid of your standing desk. It just means you have to be moving. You can't just be standing there because it's not going to do what you need it to do.
I know some people have on sitting, not a standing desk, on a sitting desk, they have the little treadmill that you put under your desk and you can like walk. But I'm like, does that do anything when you're sitting? Like, I feel like I should get one here while I'm standing and just be on the treadmill. But the sitting one, I don't get it.
Yeah, you almost feel like you're in one of those cages with like one of the wheels and you're just
You're a
like,
hamster?
you're
Yeah.
a hamster, just sitting there. It's not the same feeling, but I just think that there are so many people. We have them here. We have them in our newsroom
You
or
can
in our
adjust
workrooms.
them. You can go up and down. So you can stand or you can bring them down and you can sit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But turns out not as good as we thought they were. So again, you don't get rid of them, but you just have to change the way you're behind them. So sitting's not good. Standing's not good.
So stay in bed, get one of those little like breakfast in bed trays.
Yes.
Put your laptop on that. Mm-hmm. That's perfect.
Put a little like cucumbers over the eyes, and just relax.
Yeah, spa day.
That's better for you.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So every year, Pantone's color of 2025 is revealed. And usually this is sort of the color that you're going to see on trend. So when it comes to design or when it comes to decor, you're going to see a lot of this color around. And last year, I believe it was some sort of like peachy type of color.
Yeah, like peachy salmon-y.
Yes.
Yeah.
This year, it is, are you ready? It's called Mocha Mousse.
Oh.
Yeah. And if you actually see the picture that supports this, your mouth will start watering because it looks delicious.
And I want to eat it.
Yes. Whatever this mocha mousse is, are we going to be licking the walls if you start painting, is mocha mousse on them?
Actually a picture of mousse, or did they do the paint in a cup so it looks like that? Because now I'm confused, but it looks delicious.
It does look delicious. And you can understand, I think brown is certainly making a comeback. I've seen it in fashion for sure. So you can see it in decor. But I'm often surprised that colors that we grew up with, especially in the 70s and 80s, they're back. And they're colors that I never thought would come back. There was a time where every office you went to, whether it was a dentist's office or, wherever you might have been, and everything was sort of that like peachy or pinky color with green.
Yeah.
And that was the combo, pink and green.
A little bit of yellow in there somewhere too.
Yes. That's back.
Oh,
That's back, yes.
Oh, no.
You will see green marble counters. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
And pink accents together. You'll see those colors. Like mustard. I never thought mustard and oranges and browns, it's very 70s, would be back, but it's all back. Yeah. And it's all done in very luxe, sort of velvety sort of fabrics and textures and textiles.
I was going to say more furniture, right? That they're doing that in.
Yes.
The yellows, the mustards, and the browns.
Yes, but mocha mousse. I mean, this is something where I have brown in my house, but I feel like I need a little bit more mocha mousse in my life.
That's what I was going to say. Usually browns come back, but they're lighter versions of brown. This one's pretty dark, but it's delicious looking.
Yes. And the way they describe it, by the way, is an evocative, soft brown that transports our senses into the pleasure and deliciousness it inspires. So even they are playing off of how delicious it looks.
So you're going to want to lick your walls.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if that's okay though.
Yeah, I mean, don't do that at your friend's house or a neighbor's house or a stranger's
when you go
house.
buy it at the store, don't start licking the samples.
Or at an Actually, as a general rule, just don't lick the walls. By the way, Mocha Mousse, also my new nickname for Gurdeep.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.